Hey guys, what is up? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out PrivadoVPN. This is a new VPN that these guys have been emailing me to check out. So I'm going to be doing an objective, unsponsored take on this product to help you decide if you guys should check it out or not. This is a newer VPN, so I haven't really seen too many other people talk about it, so this could be the first kind of a look for you guys. So we're going to be decking it out in all the different categories here on the tier list, whether pricing and stuff like that. After that, we'll put it in the tier list review system, checking out where it places them on over 60 plus VPNs that I've reviewed in the last couple of years. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and check that out. I'm going to put a little bit of a clip here to show you some of my favorite products on the channel. None of them are unsponsored, I'm just an affiliate for them and I use them every single day. So if you want to help support honest reviews like these without needing VPN sponsorships, go ahead and check out some of those products out and we'll get back to the PrivadoVPN review right after this. So first, I would always recommend using a VPN. You can find all my recommended options on tier 1 of the VPN tier list, and you can find that at vpntierlist.com. Choose a tier 1 VPN preferably. Use code TOMSPARK. You should be able to get some kind of discount on any of these options. Next, you're probably going to need a service called Join Delete Me, and what this does is deletes your information from data brokers, so if someone manages to find your real life name, they can't therefore find out your address, all your relatives, and even stuff like your phone number. So this is really good for not getting doxxed. You could use code TOMSPARK to get 10% off this as well. Another thing you might need is a encrypted email provider, and my favorite one is Private Mail. This one is really good. It gives you tons of data and is pretty much competitive with all the other options out there, but it has a little bit more features like the ability to store stuff and more. You could get 50% off this one with code TOMSPARK, which is a really good deal, only around $4 a month. Lastly, you might need a anonymous phone number, and this is really good for signing up for accounts or just doing whatever you might need to do with an anonymous phone number, like make Craigslist transactions or anything like that. With this deal, you get around 6,000 SMS per year or 1,000 call minutes, and it's only $25 for a lifetime. So it renews every year, and it's only $25 one time, so you don't have to pay that every year. So that's a pretty good deal. You can find the link down in the description down below to get this deal on Hushed. Anyways, guys, back to the video right now. Alright guys, now we are back and let's go ahead and check out PrivadoVPN's pricing system because that's the first thing we always check out. So guys, checking out the pricing system here, we have a free plan, a yearly plan, and a monthly plan. The free plan is kind of like Proton or Windscribe, where they have limitations on monthly data, around 10 gigabytes, and you don't get SOCKS proxy or applications to use on mobile. The main plan though gives 10 simultaneous devices, which is pretty good, as well as all that stuff. Month to month, it's around $8, which is actually a pretty good price. $60 isn't bad for an entire year either, although there are a little bit cheaper options out there for a year, but not bad overall. We do see some basic credit card payments here, and we do see PayPal as an option as well, but I don't see any cryptocurrency. I'm not seeing any information about the refund policy on this main page. So PrivadoVPN, maybe you can add information about the refund policy here, which would be nice because I can't really find it so far. I might have to look in the terms of service. So apparently here it says, if you paid for premium services or a subscription and your current account was terminated during a period for which you are a paid subscriber, you may be entitled to a prorated refund of your account. But if you do violate the terms of service, you will not get a refund, and that's kind of just basic stuff, you know, telling you not to do anything illegal and whatever like that. But if they do really offer a prorated refund for the amount of time you have left, that's pretty cool. I haven't really seen that before, but again, we'll have to see how that works out, and I still would like to see more information on the main page here about refunds since it doesn't seem to be there. Overall, guys, it's not the worst pricing system in the world. It is quite decent compared to some other competitors out there that offer free plans. Take, for example, Proton. It's $10 a month, which is more expensive, and $100 a year. So I do think this is a better value proposition than something like Proton VPN. And you get more simultaneous devices as well, and a SOCKS proxy, which Proton does not include, so that's really nice to see. Let's go ahead and check out the application though and see what it has to offer for the price. So guys, PrivadoVPN has one of those applications that's kind of stuck down there in terms of being kind of locked here, which is not my favorite design. It kind of is like the old Mulvad that kind of is stuck down there. Private internet access, I think, used to be like that a little bit, but I think you could detach it. I haven't found a way to detach it yet. It has like a main window thing here, but it doesn't really seem to do much to detach it. I can't really get it out of there. Just a little bit of a nitpicky thing, but something that kind of annoys me. We have kind of like a basic setup here with the connect and disconnect server selections. You could organize it by, well, it doesn't really let you change the organization any. Well, you could do it by latency or name. That's about it. You could search as well. And it seems like you can. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to favorite it. Doesn't seem like it. No, it doesn't seem like it. So we have that kind of standard kill switch down there. Looks like it's an internet kill switch. We could go into settings and take a look at it, and I do like it finally gets out of there for that at least. We have some auto connect and auto start, preferred server location, as well as that kill switch, and a little bit of protocol control, with OpenVPN giving you a little bit TCP UDP, a little bit of port control, which is nice. Obfuscation here with scramble, IKV2, which is nice as well. However, I would like to see WireGuard. You know, for a brand new VPN, it's not the end of the world. But it is competing with other VPNs that do have WireGuard, and you just won't get the same speeds or fastest connections. So it's disappointing to see that. We also don't see too much here in the application besides that. Also, another thing is that the scaling here on my 4K monitor doesn't seem to be correct. It's kind of blurry and doesn't look the best. But if you move it to my 1080p monitor, it looks perfect. So Privado team, check out the scaling, make sure it works right with the GUI, and make sure things are fixed there. You know, I have seen this problem with some smaller VPN providers as well, like Cactus VPN as well. So not a huge issue, but just something to keep in mind to make it look even crispier. So guys, if we put PrivadoVPN in the application analysis compared to other options out there, we do see it is lacking some things I look for, like dedicated IP support, WireGuard support, ad blocking features, split tunneling. We don't see any DNS customization, script support, or server favoriting. We don't see any like in-depth kind of more stats on latency presentation within the application. It shows like a little graph, but I don't actually think it shows the latency of each server. It just kind of organizes it and filters it that way. We don't see any Linux GUI support, any extensions or Android support on Fire Sticks or anything like that. The application admittedly doesn't have very many permissions, which is actually very nice. Only 5 permissions required, which is among some of the lowest out there, I think, actually on our tier list so far. Yeah, it is the lowest permission count, which is kind of cool. But we do see 2 Android trackers. We have 1 tracker on the website, just like a G-static Google font, so not a big deal. But that is overall how PrivadoVPN does here. It's definitely a basic application with limited settings. It gets the job done. Seems pretty fine to me in terms of no bugs or anything like that. It actually seems a bit similar to ProtonVPN actually in terms of the features offered. So they both have the exact same amount green, 6-year green, and 6-year green as well. So, I mean, if you're looking in terms of that, that's a good thing. That it's competing with another kind of free VPN provider in the same niche, offering that free plan and stuff like that. So overall, not bad, but definitely it's not comparing to some of the top ones on the tier list, like WeVPN, TorGuard, or some of the applications like Private Internet Access, which do very, very well. So let's go ahead and check out the speed tests. All right, guys, so we are running this live speed test. As you can see right here, we are connected to PrivadoVPN with the IKV2. So let's see what kind of speeds we can get. I've been doing a couple speed tests here and there, and we've just seen like that middle of the grade VPN speeds, kind of as expected with a VPN that is offering just OpenVPN and IKV2. You're just going to notice that the speeds just are severely limited by the protocols and not getting those top speeds like we're looking for. Although PrivadoVPN getting fine speeds, nothing terrible, just kind of middle of the line, kind of what I would expect from these protocols. I would like to see WireGuard, see what kind of potential we could see there. With some of my WireGuard VPNs, we could see around 50 to 70 megabytes. And unfortunately for OpenVPN and IKV2, the max we're kind of seeing is around 20 to 30 range, which is still perfectly usable, but not ideal compared to some other VPNs out there. And yeah, so that's about it for the speeds. So unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to be working with Prime Video in terms of streaming compatibility. I couldn't get it to work with Netflix. In fact, the paid wouldn't load, and Hulu is giving me the CAPTCHA, and it just keeps giving me it over and over again, so I can't log in. I don't know what the problem is there. For some reason, when I connected to OpenVPN, that did fix it, and I can see the Twilight Zone for Netflix, so it does unblock geo restrictions for Netflix. But now Hulu won't even load, so I have no idea what's going on with this service right now in terms of streaming compatibility. Definitely problematic. So guys, taking a look at their privacy policy, it looks pretty good here. They only really connect some bandwidth logs to monitor the free versions, but they don't collect anything important like IP addresses or anything like that. I don't know how much I really trust this company yet because it is a newer company and I don't know much about it. But so far it seems to be okay, and the guy seems to be pretty friendly that I've been talking to. Just don't really know too much about them. Let me do a little bit more digging around. So I did find their page on LinkedIn, but it doesn't really have any employee information. And looking on their website, I couldn't really find out any about page or anything like that, which I'm looking for more nowadays. I mean, I've always looked for that, but now it's like easier to kind of pinpoint, you know, that transparency, and we don't see anything here on this website yet. So Privado, maybe add something like that if you guys want to provide a little bit more transparency and background on who's running this company. In terms of customer support, I don't see any live chat options. We just have like kind of a basic ticket system you could find at the top of the website. And yeah, you can email them like this, and that's pretty much it for now. So guys, in terms of the final review, Privado gets a 2.95 out of 5, which isn't horrible for a pretty new VPN service. Honestly, the price is pretty good, giving you a decent month-to-month plan, and yearly is not too expensive. I do think in some ways this service does beat out Proton VPN, you know, at pricing, and it can compete with some things like the application and speeds. Reputation here, I don't know too much about the company. It needs to mature a little bit, and I can't just give it too many points yet because I don't know too much about it. Privacy policy though looks fine. Streaming could do better here. It only worked with Netflix and did have some issues in that testing, alongside Prime Video proxy errors, BBC iPlayer not working, and Hulu not loading either. I did encounter a lot of issues there. Support doesn't have live chat, but it does have support tickets and standard kind of stuff that you would expect there. So overall, guys, that's the score for this one. It could have gotten a little bit better in tier 2 if it just worked a little bit better with streaming, but unfortunately that was not the case in my tests. Check out this one, guys, if you want to, you know, check it out, I guess, and I'll see you in the next VPN review very soon.